Do you ever wonder about jumping? Do you ever think about jumping? Possibly not, but if you think about what your kids do, if they are walking down the stairs, they're gonna jump off the bottom one. If they're balancing on some rocks, they're probably gonna jump off of them. So what does that mean? That means their bodies are telling them to jump. So why is jumping so cool? Jumping's pretty cool, I gotta tell you. Jumping's pretty cool, I gotta tell you. Jumping requires some strengths. What are the strengths it requires? Core and lower body strength. And the thing is, when you are working on a strength, you're building the strength. When you're practicing the strength, you're making it stronger. It's the coolest thing in the whole wide world. So it builds core strength, it builds lower body strength. Why are those important? Well, lower body strength helps us run and jump and play and climb and crawl and do all the cool things that we do on the playground. So it means that the stronger our lower body is, the more we can keep up with our friends. And everybody wants to keep up with their friends on the playground. Pretty sure they do. What does core strength do for us? Yeah, for grown-ups, it means that we might have six-pack abs, but for kids, core strength means that they can move their legs and their arms more efficiently. So that means that when they are on the playground playing and their legs are moving more efficiently, they're gonna be able to keep up with their friends. Oddly, core strength helps you sit in a chair so that you can sit there with comfort. If you're not comfortable sitting in a chair, you're not gonna be listening to the teacher. So core strength, lower body strength, amazing, amazing stuff, amazing stuff, amazing stuff. All right, so what else is really cool? When you're jumping, you're working on rhythm and patterning and sequencing. Those are math skills, believe it or not. So there's a sequence that goes into a jump. You have to sit back, bend your knees, and sit your butt back. Then you have to push against the floor, extend your legs, and push your body forward. That's a sequence. If you do it out of order, it's not gonna work. Well, you take that information that you learn from jumping and you can transfer it to your language skills in learning the rhythm of language. The pattern that goes into writing the letter A. You have to do it in a certain way or the A doesn't appear the right way. There's a pattern and a sequence that's involved when you're learning to write the word apple. If we don't write it a certain way, the word apple doesn't appear. So that sequence of jumping helps us, but it's hard. What else happens when we're jumping? We're motor planning. Motor planning is when our brain gets involved with some very specific thoughts and strategies that are physical. So it happens to be that when we use a fork and knife, that's motor planning. When we learn to drive a car, that's motor planning. We need the body and the brain to work together. When we move a pencil across the piece of paper to make that letter A, that's motor planning. Well, if we're trying to jump and land on a specific spot, that's motor planning. If we up the ante and ask kids to jump on a specific spot and name the color, that's really laying down some meaty neural wiring for the classroom down the road. Jumping, it's super, super cool.